Good morning and Sai Ram. In previous video we have finished our chapter 5th, Coal and Petroleum. I think everything is clear to you. So in this video we are going to start our new chapter. Chapter number 6. What is our chapter name? Our chapter name is Combustion and Flame. What is our chapter name? Our chapter name is Combustion and Flame. Topics to be covered in this video are: number 1, introduction about chapter; number 2, combustion; number 3, combustible and non-combustible substance. What we are going to study? Introduction about chapter, combustion, combustible and non-combustible substance, condition necessary for combustion. Clear? Now, first, introduction about chapter. See, what is our chapter name? Our chapter name is Combustion and Flame. So, the journal meaning of combustion is burning. The journal meaning of combustion is burning. So, in this chapter, we are going to study chemical process of combustion. Chemical process of combustion, or in a simple language, you can say that chemical process of burning. Clear? And when you will burn something, a flame will produced. Clear? If you will burn a candle, it will give a flame. So in this chapter we will study types of flame. So what we are going to study? We are going to study chemical process of combustion and types of flame produced during the process. Clear? So let us start with our first topic. Our first topic is, what is combustion? Our first topic is, what is combustion? So, as I told you that the meaning of combustion is burning. So, if any chemical substance react with oxygen, any chemical substance react with oxygen, they will produce heat and light. What they will produce? They will produce heat and light. And this whole process is known as your combustion. This whole process is known as your combustion. Clear? Now, the question comes our mind, from where they will get oxygen? From where they will get oxygen? They will get oxygen from air. They will get oxygen from air. So, the definition is, a chemical substance reacts with oxygen, clear, present in the air, and when they will react, what they will produce? They will produce heat and light. What they will produce? They will produce heat and light, and this whole process is known as combustion. This whole process is known as combustion. Clear? Now, when the light which is given off, it can be in the form of a flame or a glow. It can be in the form of a flame or a glow. For example, when your wood burns, clear, what they will produce? This is very daily life example. What they will produce? They will produce flame. Clear? When see, for example, wood burns by producing a flame. But when your charcoal burns, it will produce what? It will produce light in the form of glow. It will produce light in the form of glow. So these are the two examples which you given a different form of light. One is given in the form of flame and one is given in the form of glow. Clear? Now, the substance which undergoes combustion, the substance which undergo combustion is known as your combustible substance. And these combustible substances also known as your fuel. These combustible substances also known as your fuel. Clear? Number 1, a chemical substance reacts with the oxygen to give heat and light. and this is called your combustion. This is called your combustion. The light which is given off, during combustion can be in the form of flame or as a glow. Can be in the form of flame or as a glow. For example, when your wood burns by producing a flame, but charcoal produced what? Light in the form of glow. The substance which undergoes combustion is said to be a combustible. It is also known as your fuel. Clear this thing? Shall we move ahead? So now we are going to study some example of combustion. What we are going to study? We are going to study some example of combustion. Sorry. So, combustion of magnesium. We have already done this in the chapter of metal and non-metal. See, when a magnesium ribbon is heated, it starts burning. When magnesium ribbon burns, it combines with the oxygen, then it will start burning. Clear? And it will form lead and the light. And the reaction can be written as magnesium plus oxygen. Symbol of magnesium is Mg plus oxygen. It will give you MgO, magnesium oxide plus heat plus light. Clear? This thing is clear to you? Now, thus the burning of magnesium air to produce heat and light is a combustion process. What process it is? It is a combustion process. And in this reaction, magnesium is a combustible substance. If magnesium is a not combustible substance, it will not burn. So, here is an example of combustion. When you will burn a magnesium, it will catch fire. Why? Because it will take oxygen from the atmosphere and it will start burning. And when it will start burning, it will give you magnesium oxide plus heat plus light. So, I think this example is very clear to you. Shall we move ahead? Okay. Now, combustion of charcoal. Charcoal is a mainly carbon. We have done this? Yes. Charcoal is basically a carbon substance. If we hold a piece of charcoal with a pair of tongs means, or in Hindi you can say chimta. Clear? And heat it or a flame of a burner, it starts burning and undergoes combustion. When charcoal burns, the carbon of charcoal combines with the oxygen. Clear? And lot of heat produced, and it will give light in the form of glow. And what they will produce? They will produce carbon dioxide plus heat plus light. That means when your carbon reacts with oxygen, C. Symbol of carbon is C. When they will react with oxygen, what it will produce? It will produce carbon dioxide. That means CO2. It will produce carbon dioxide. That is CO2 plus heat plus light. Clear? I think it is clear to you. Now, coal also contain lot of carbon. So, coal also burn in air producing carbon dioxide. Coal also burns in air producing carbon dioxide. Heat and light. Thus, charcoal and coal are also a combustible substance because it burns. Clear? I think these two examples are very clear to you. Clear? Now, we know that there are two types of substance. Number one, combustible substance, and number two, non-combustible substance. Clear? So, first we are going to study about combustible substance. Clear? Those combustible substance which can burn are called combustible substance. What are combustible substance? Those substance which can burn easily. Clear? For example, cloth, cooking gas, wood, charcoal, etc. These are called combustible substance. And these combustible substance is also known as fuel. These combustible substance is also known as your fuels. So, what are combustible substance? Those substance which can easily burn, is called combustible substance, and it is also called as fuel. Clear? Example of combustible substances: wood, cooking gas, charcoal, etc. Clear? Now, our second type is non-combustible substance. Non means which cannot burn. Those substance which cannot burn on heating is known as your non-combustible substance. What are non-combustible substance? Those substance which cannot burn on, which cannot give flame or burn is known as your non-combustible substance. Example: glass, cement, brick, water, iron nails. These all are the example of non-combustible substance. Now we are going to perform some activity. I will show some combustible and non-combustible substance. It is clear to you? So let us start. Material, plastic material you can see. This is also a plastic. This is your nail, and this is your cloth, and this is your paper. Out of these material we have find which are combustible and which are not combustible. So for that we will take a candle. We will glow this candle with the help of matchstick. Clear? Now first take glass. Is it burning? No, it will not burn. So with this we can say that this glass is your non-combustible substance. This glass is your non-combustible substance. Now take this paper. It starts burning. That means this is your combustible material. Your paper is combustible material. Take this nail. This nail is made up of iron. If you will burn it, it will not start burning. That means this is your non-combustible substance. This cloth, it start burning. That means this is your also a combustible substance. Plastic, it will not burn. That means this is also your non-combustible substance. This will not burn. Hence, this is also a non-combustible substance. So, with this activity, you can find what substances are combustible and what substances are non-combustible. I think combustible and non-combustible is very clear to you. Now, we will go ahead. Condition necessary for combustion. Condition necessary for combustion. Number 1, presence of combustible substance. Presence of combustible substance. Second, presence of supporter of combustion. Presence of supporter of combustion. And number 3rd, heating combustible substance to its ignition temperature. Heating combustible substance to its ignition temperature. How many conditions are there? There are only 3 conditions. Number 1, the substance should be combustible. Number 1, the substance should be combustible. Number 2, yes, presence of supporter of combustion. Number 2, presence of supporter of combustion. And number 3, heating combustible substance to its ignition temperature. Heating combustible substance to its what? To its ignition temperature. Clear? Now let us start. Our first condition is combustible substance. As we saw that if we are taking iron instead of paper, is it start burning? No. If you want to burn, the substance should be combustible. So The presence of combustible substance is necessary for combustion to take place. Clear? If you will take nail, it will burn. No, if it will not burn, that means combustion process will not take place. That means combustion process will not take place. Now, so when the fire starts in the room, we remove all the combustible substance. If any room catches fire, what we will do? We will remove all the combustible substance. If we will not remove all the combustible substance, fire will increase very rapidly. Clear? Fire will increase very rapidly. So, like wooden, furniture, clothes, these all are your combustible substance. So, we will start removing very fast. A combustible substance actually the food for the fire. Clear? What is it? It is a food for the fire. I am reading this once more. Please listen carefully. The presence of combustible substance is necessary for combustion and to take place. So, when fire starts in the room, we remove all the combustible substance. What we will do? We will remove all the combustible substance like wooden, furniture, clothes, book quickly from room so that fire may not spread due to the presence of large number of combustible substance. Next point is, are combustible substance actually the food for the fire? Clear? Now our second, supportive of combustion. What is the supportive of combustion? I told you that oxygen is very necessary for combustion. Without oxygen, no one substance can fire. Clear? So the most common supportive for combustion which we have around us is air. So we can say that the air is necessary for combustion. So we can say that air is necessary for combustion. We can demonstrate that air is necessary for combustion by performing simple activity. Clear? So let us perform an activity. I told you that oxygen is necessary for burning. If we will burn this candle, from where this candle will get oxygen? This candle will get oxygen from the room or from the air which are present in the room. Now, if you will cover this with the glass, still it's burning. Why? Because this candle will get air from here. Can you see the pores? Can you see the space? This candle gets oxygen from the space. Clear? Now, if you will remove this and you will cover this candle with the glass, after some time you will observe this will turn off. Why? Because it is covered with the full of glass and this candle will not get any oxygen from the atmosphere. So it will stop burning. So it indicates that when you want to show the process of combustion, your oxygen is necessary. I think this activity is very clear to you. I think this activity is very clear to you. That means for combustion, what is required? Your oxygen is required. For combustion, what is required? Oxygen is required. Our third property, our third condition, ignition temperature. Basically, your ignition temperature is a temperature at which your substance started getting a fire. See, if you will burn a substance, it will catch fire after certain time. That means that temperature, that substance, yes, at a certain temperature they will start fire. So this temperature is known as your ignition temperature. What is the ignition temperature? Before a combustible substance can catch the fire and burn, it must to be heated at a certain temperature, and that certain temperature is known as your ignition temperature. The lowest temperature at which a substance start burning or catches fire is called as its ignition temperature. What is ignition temperature? The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire and starts burning is called its ignition temperature. Now, it is necessary to heat a combustible substance to its ignition temperature. If it will not reach its ignition temperature, it will not start burning, because ignition temperature is a minimum temperature at which your substance, yes, started fire. Now every substance have a different ignition temperature. For example, your normal paper, dry paper, will catches fire faster as compared to your wet paper. Clear? This activity can we can perform here, and you can see the difference between the two dry ignition temperature of dry paper and ignition temperature of wet paper. Clear? Now we will perform an activity. See, we are having two pieces of paper. Clear? Right now both are dry. Now see, I will dip this paper in a water. Now it will become a wet paper. Clear? Now if we will heat it, if I will burn it, both will catches fire at a different temperature. See, it will start fired and it is not. That means it will not reach its ignition temperature, and both are having different ignition temperature. See, it will take time to burn. Why? Because it's not reached till its ignition temperature. See, now it's started. Clear? Similarly with the cloth. This is a dry cloth and this is your wet cloth. Now if I will burn this, it will catches fire immediately. Why? Because its ignition temperature is very minimum. And if I will burn this, it will take time to burn. Why? Because it will take time to reach its ignition temperature. It will take very long time. You can perform this activity at your home. So with this we can I think everything is clear to you. Thank you and have a nice day.